Welcome back to What Arty Noobs with General Disturbance. Well, we had a very brief countdown on this one. This is the GW Panther, the Tier 7 German SPG. We're on the north spawn of Murovanka, and yes, this is talon1958, and he's trying to get another weekend lie-in. He lost today. Angelina had a very nice lie-in after getting an ace tanker during last week. So Talon's deciding to get an early start. He's desperate to get a lie-in, and so he's sent me a couple of replays already, trying to get the best result. And so he's trying a variety of Arty in this one. Instead of just doing the 212 or the Hummel, this time he's gone for the GW Panther and the Hummel, and we're ready to shoot. Okay, a couple of enemy tanks turned up in the centre area. He's dialing in on the Super Hellcat, rounds out. Oh, that hurts! 210 hit points off the Super Hellcat, and he immediately got killed by the M44 in our team as well, so he obviously fired in at the same time. Okay, we've got a Cromwell. We're almost loaded. He dies before Talon can get a shot in. Instead, he's going to go for a T25AT. Lining it up, rounds out. He had to guess the position because we lost sight of that T25, and yeah, he didn't splash him, he just stunned him. Changing position just to avoid counter battery. Okay, that's better. T25AT still there, and that SU-122-44 make a cheeky run up along the bushes. Couldn't see anything he could shoot at, so instead he pulled back down again. Over in the Magic Forest, we got some enemy heavy tanks, and that one is, yeah, dead. The Cromwell got him. Instead, we're going to go for a Black Prince. It's a long flight time, 3.4 seconds, but he got a hit. Splash for 168. Standard reload for this Arty is 25.89. Talon's got 20.97, so he's managed to shave about 5 seconds off the reload time. Oh, big reticule bloom, and that's because he's right at the edge of his field of fire. Remember, the GW Panther's got a turret which has actually got a 30-degree either side, which is basically the same as the M44. Okay, T25AT and the Churchill 7 are actually threatening to come around that corner, and the fact that KV2's turned up means that he has to pay attention to this bunch, and he gets a direct hit on the T25AT. And that guy's got the 105mm gun, I think, which makes him quite a big opponent. Just waiting for the next round to go into the chambers so he can fire that one. Okay, two together, goes for the T25, another direct hit right on the front of him for 161, tracks him, holds him in place and stuns him. And the KV2 was stunned at the same time, so Talon's fitting up stun assist, and oh, now noticing these Arty rounds zooming in, coming in from the enemy Arty. There's 3 enemy Arty. I think these shells are coming in from the FB304 in the enemy team, because they are coming in rather close. So I think the enemy Arty is somewhere in G1. Okay, Talon's having a look in that general area. In fact, he's looking at the centre line now. He wasn't looking at the other, but we can see Cromwell's managed to find the FB304. There he is. And we're just dialing in. Just going to take a second. The Cromwell's just fired at him. Instead, we're going to go for the box tank. Rounds out. Oh! Direct hit for 289. The Cromwell's in trouble. And unfortunately, he is taken out of the game by the box tank. But the box tank is now down to a one-shot, or a splash kill, actually. So if he turns around and comes back this way, Talon might have a chance of getting him. Rounds out. Well, no, he didn't get him, but it must have been close. Okay, we're going to go for the KV2. Now, this is a difficult shot because he's shooting over a ridgeline, and the ridgeline is, well, very, very high at this point. Very difficult shot indeed. He might get it. He might hit the ridgeline. He hit him! He got it over the top and into the KV2. Direct hit, and we lost sight of the KV2, so it turned out to be a blind hit. Okay, he's looking round for the targets. Our team of one in the Magic Forest. He's now looking at the KV2, dialing in, getting ready. Oh, he fires prematurely because the KV2 is about to move out of the field of fire. And unfortunately, it went long. Our AT-15 could do a bit of a hand here. He's kind of surrounded now because he's got a Churchill behind him and the KV2 in front of him. But he has got the 17-pounder gun. Okay, we're going to hit the Churchill, I think. Or are we? Rounds out. Yep, we did hit the Churchill for 252. Unfortunately, we did lose the AT-15. That's a shame, but the Churchill is tracked. And he's gone. So that's it. That's the game over. Here's the end of battle stats for the first game, and it was the second-class tanker for talon1958 in the GW Panther. He managed to get a bruiser medal for getting at least 5 critical hits. In fact, he got 7, and he got a Confederate because he hit more of the enemy than anyone else on his team. In fact, he didn't get a single kill in the game, so all of the hits that he made actually counted towards his Confederate. His win rate from the game was 1,707, which is very good. But let's have a look at team score and see where he is. He didn't get the highest damage in the game. No, actually, I've clicked that too many times. Actually, that went to the Su-100M1 on the enemy team. We've got 2,006 hit points. The second highest damage in the game went to the AT-15A. He was bravely fighting 2 tanks at the same time. He got 1,701. And then we've got Talon with 1,548. So third on damage. When it came to kills, it was actually a shared between the AT-15A, the Super Hellcat, the Cromwell on Talon's team. The Cromwell also picked up a Pascucci's medal because he must have killed at least 2 of the enemy Arty in the process. There were 3 enemy Arty in that game. And when it came to base XP, well, it came to kills, obviously Talon a little further down the table because he didn't get one. And when it came to base XP, he's a little further up because he managed to get 4th place. The AT-15 managed 1,012 hit points, XP. 858 went to the 5916, 826 went to the Cromwell, and then we got Talon with 778. He fired 12 shots in that game, got 5 direct hits on the enemy, but no penetrations and 9 splash. Damage of 1,548 hit points, all of it at more than 300 meters. Damage 6 of the enemy, killed none, and that earned him the Confederate. 1,301 hit points of stun assist off 9 stuns. He earned 38,024 credits from the game, 15,210 from holiday ops, 53,234 in total, and after ammunition resupply took away a profit of 39,794, 1,167 XP times 2 for the first victory. Holiday ops of 2,334 took away 4,668 altogether. So yeah, a second class in the Confederate. Well, it gets him on the scoreboard, but I have the feeling that Angelina's probably going to beat that fairly easily because she does get first class and ace tankers quite often. So let's have a look at the second battle and see if Talon can do any better. And the second replay is on the Province map, and he's on the northeast spawn. Talon's got the stock gun, which of course, as we all know, is much more accurate than the stock gun. It's got a shorter reload, more rounds, and it can fire over obstacles because it's got a much better trajectory as well. Okay, he's moving to quite an unusual firing position, but I think the reason for this is that he wants to get shots on some of the enemy tanks as they're making their way up this side, and the best way to do that is to be closer to them. I think he's left that a little late. But it looks like his teammate in the other Arty, which is a GW Panther, managed to get a shot nearer to the KV2. Okay, Talon's looking down and, oh, he's just spotted an enemy E25. I think he's coming up that way. Is that one of our E25s actually? Enemy EBR Hotchkiss sitting up in the nest on the south end of the east side of the map. Oh, direct hit and wiped him out! A direct hit just took out the EBR Hotchkiss. He's killed the vermin with the first shot. I know that's not a very nice thing to say about the light wheel vehicles, but we don't particularly like them if you're an Arty player. And he just killed that one with one shot. A fantastic shot. Used the capabilities of the Hummel and that particular stock gun to lob the shell over the top of the rock, and the EBR took the shell right on top of him, and it went straight through his armor and blew him to pieces. That was very satisfying indeed. Rounds out. Ooh, yeah, if somebody was sitting behind that bush, they must have felt that. Now he's probably going to change position now, because there's a whole bunch of enemy tanks over on the west side of the map trying to engage our guys. And I think he wants to get nice shots on those guys. Needs to be closer to the enemy, you see, with the stock gun. But you can get better results. Look at this. He's going to aim for this T-3485M, who thinks he's reasonably safe, but he's not when the stock gun's there. Unfortunately, he moved forward just at the right moment to avoid the shell, but I'm not so sure he's going to do the same with the next round. Standard reload on the Hummel is 25.31 seconds, and Talon's got 20.50. He gets a direct hit this time, and you can see it hit the front left-hand side, the front right-hand side of the vehicle. Okay, who's next? Jackson's in a good position to protect himself. That rock's in the way. Okay, he's going to go for the T-34 again. This guy's not going to like it. Rounds out. He moved, and he still got hit, and I think the shell hit the turret. Not sure. We'll probably see the yellow mark when he moves forward again, comes into sight. I don't know if Talon's noticed. Yes, he has noticed. There's a buggy on the road down below, and now he might be able to get shots on that guy. He's being proximity detected by our teammates at the moment, but he's sitting up there shooting at the other side of the valley, and unfortunately that wall was in the way, but he has been taken out. Oh, it did hit the turret. You can see the yellow mark right on the side of the turret. Oh, what a shot! On the move. Saved his teammates. I think that T-34 was about to try and jump on one of our team, and Talon just whacked him and took him out of the game. No chance of surviving that. Brilliant shooting. That's the sort of shot where your teammates say, yeah, saved my neck. Okay, he's going to try and hit the Jackson. The Jackson's down. We're now looking at an enemy. Oh, no. Well, we were looking for an A46, but he's actually come across this side of the battlefield, and he's actually coming up towards Talon. In fact, he's going after the IS. We can't hit him because the cliff edge is just too tight, but he has been killed. There's only 4 enemies left. We're looking for 2 Arty, a Crusader and an M44, a KV2 and a T78. Now the 5916's found the Crusader, who's actually got the stock gun, so that makes him much like the FP304. Rounds out, bit too late, stuns him though, and he cured the stun immediately. It kind of hampers your driving. The enemy's lost their T78. 5916 took him out. Go for the Crusader. Oh, he's just taken a shot, but he's moving. Talon fires around in and gets a direct hit on him. Now he's going back to the Crusader because he's tracked, and he goes. Now we're going for the M44. One of only 2 left. Here we go. Wait for that reload to go in. Rounds out. Oh, he twitched there at the last moment, but he killed him. He got the kill on the M44. direct hit with a blind shot, and that just leaves the last enemy, and he's been killed, so it's a victory. Well, here's the end of battle stats for that game, and it was a second class tanker for talon1958 in this one, so he hasn't beaten his previous score, but he did get a bruiser medal in this one for getting at least 5 critical hits. He got 5 exactly, and his win rate in this one was much better than the last game because he got 2,294 in this one. If you remember, in the previous one it was only 1,707. So 2,294, but no other medals in the game, despite the fact that he actually got 3 kills in this game. And of course, one of those was an incredible shot on the EBR. The second one was that incredible shot on the T-3485, and he finished it off with a blind kill on the M44. Let's have a look at the team score. Well, third on damage on his team, but not third on damage overall because there were 2 enemy tanks, or 3 enemy tanks actually, above him. So it makes him 6th overall on damage. The high score in this game was the SU-122-44, got a high caliber and tank sniper and 3,971 hit points. The second highest damage in the game was the T-78 on the enemy team, 1,714. The third highest damage was the KB-3 with 1,540. Talon got 6th place with 1,288 hit points. When it came to kills, he shared the top spot because he managed to get 3 kills. So did the SU-122-44, the T-150, and also the 5916. So he could have platooned with 2 of his teammates and ended up with the brothers in arms. But I suppose he was just too busy at the end of the game to actually press the button to platoon, or maybe they just didn't want to platoon. Some people still don't like to platoon with Arty, which is a mistake, because if you've got 3 kills, you might as well platoon and take the brothers in arms award, because it's another award. When it came to base XP, he's a little further down the table. The top scorer was the T-150 with 1,038. Second was the SU-122-44 with 1,006. Third was the 5916 with 735. And you have to go down to 6th place to see Talon with 640 in that game. He's fired 11 shots in the game, got 6 direct hits on the enemy, 1 penetration. I'm pretty sure that pen was the EBR because it was such a brilliant shot. It wasn't. Surprisingly, he didn't pen the EBR with that magnificent shot. In fact, I'm looking at these, trying to find out which one he did pen, and it turns out it's the enemy M44, yes, because he's got thin armor, and he went straight through his armor with that blind shot on him. He also got 8 splashes on the enemy as well, 1,288 hit points of damage, all of it at more than 300 meters. Damaged 5 of the enemy, killed 3, and did 30 hit points of stun assist of 5 stuns, so not much in the way of stun assist, and that may be why he's only got a second class tanker on this one. 30,284 credits from the game, 102,114 from Holiday Ops, total of 132,398 altogether, and after ammunition resupply took away 126,843 credits profit. 960 XP times 2 for the first victory took away 1,920 experience points altogether. I kind of predict that I think Angelina will break that score in her first game. But I still think Talon's doing the right thing to stick to the lower tier Arty to try and get a better score than Angelina, because that's what Angelina's been doing up until now. Talon's been trying the higher tier Arty, such as the 212A and the like, and it wasn't getting him great results. But I think if he does stick to this tier and does what he did in this battle, then, and get some stun assists of course, then I think he will get either a first class or an ace tanker shortly. So the battle continues, and we'll have to wait and see what Angelina comes up with during the week. But Talon has set the standard with a second class tanker and a Confederate, or with one which actually has a higher win rate than the other. If you enjoy both those replays, please give this video a like, do subscribe to our channel, leave a little comment down below because it feeds the algorithm. And please do let other people know that this channel exists, and there is a chance that if you are a player and you haven't had a replay on YouTube yet, then you might just want to get your name on YouTube and actually have your replay so you can actually look at it again. We did have one person contact us about our sister channel called The General, because they actually had a pulse medal win, and they didn't know until they actually checked it out that their replay had been converted to video, and they were rather pleased when they did, because all of a sudden it meant that they could share that battle with their friends and show them, yes, they did have a really good game on one occasion. And look, there it is on TV, on the on the video on YouTube, and so they can go back and enjoy that battle all over again. Thanks for watching.